is a video message for our parents and guardians, especially those that have children in kindergarten, first, or second grade, because as you should know by now, Fairfax County Public Schools has approved a return to in-person school for kids in those grade levels if their parents choose. So this video is meant to explain how that works, what's going on, important deadlines and meetings, and my best ability to describe what both programs will look like, because there will be changes that we all need to work through together. Now parents, before I get to explaining, there's something you need to know. We're going to do our best to describe the online and the in-person program for your kids, but we're not going to try to convince you to go one way or the other. I'm not here to recruit you to do something that you're not comfortable with. We want to give a fair description, take your questions at the Q&A session that we're going to offer later this week, and then leave you to get with your decision for what program is going to be best for your kids. And it's our job to make sure both the online and the in-person programs are really strong at COATS. Many families will continue to have their child learn 100% online, just as we're doing now, with a very similar schedule where we teach all subjects, breaks throughout the day, synchronous or live lessons with teachers, and independent work. If your child moves from 100% online to our in-person program, classroom will be set up something like this so that we can space out independent workspaces and kids can be safe. Now, on the days that they are on site for the in-person program, you can bet that their teachers who will be in person in their classroom with them will certainly take advantage of that to use different materials and not limit them to laptop work. Books, more paper and pencil tasks, way more things than we've sent home in those monthly bundles. That being said, we definitely want kids who are in the in-person program to bring their laptop to school on the 2 days per week when they are in school full-time, because we will continue to have some assignments where they'll be online. They'll certainly need the laptop when they go home the other days of the week so that they can stay on and participate with their teacher and with their class concurrently. And I'll explain concurrent instruction a little bit later. You should have received an email. The sender is coatses@fcps.edu that explains all this, reminds parents of their choice for either 100% online or in person from this summer, and parents, it's giving you the opportunity to confirm that choice or to revise it given how you feel about things right now. The deadline for making that choice, and parents, I do need you to stick to that deadline. We can't be changing it later, because once I get that information, I as principal have to work with my team to set up 2 simultaneous programs, the 100% online for kids who are going to continue that route, and the in-person with 1 existing staff. We're not going to have new teachers come in to support both. I've got to figure out how to make it work for both with our current staff. That's going to result, and I've said this since summer, in changes to classes. Some children may end up with a new teacher and some new classmates. Everyone's going to end up with a new schedule. We're still going to learn everything, every subject, but I've got to make this all work for 2 simultaneous programs with a limited amount of staffing resources. So parents, you will obviously know what changes are to happen before the date when the in-person kids come back, but I want us all to get mentally prepared for that change, and thank you for your patience with that.
For students and teachers who come to in-person school, we will have strict health and safety measures in place. Parents will complete a health screening commitment form. This form indicates parents' commitment to completing a daily health screening prior to sending your child to school and keeping ill students at home. We will have daily temperature checks before students get onto the bus and before they enter the school building. Maintaining social distancing will be implemented to the best extent possible in classrooms and throughout the day. Sanitization will take place throughout the day also. Frequent hand washing and mask wearing is a must. We will keep cohorts of students together as much as possible, And we will also have an isolation room separate from our regular health room for students who exhibit symptoms.
To in-person school, we're going to be using what's called concurrent instruction. Here's how it works. Monday will turn into an independent assignment day. It'll be different than what we're currently doing for online Mondays when your kids come to in-person. Now, Tuesday through Friday is where we will have at least 2 days of in-person school, on-campus school, for all the kids who are in person. We cannot say that we're going to have all the in-person kids in school all 4 days of the week, Tuesday through Friday, because if that happened, we might not be able to maintain physical and social distancing. So the following schedule is our model for the time being. Kids will come 2 days of the week, and on the other days when they are not here on campus, they're still part of the same class with the same teacher. They're just logging into Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, and they are getting lessons live as a teacher gives them to the students who are in person, and they'll be getting the same or very similar independent assignments on Google Classroom that match those lessons. For the teacher, it's going to be managing the students who are in front of him or her that day live in person on campus with her computer up and Blackboard Collaborate Ultra up, for the kids who are at home basically piping in and being part of those same lessons. There's going to be some variation to it, especially in the beginning as we get the model up and running, but for the most part, concurrent means the classroom is simultaneously running for kids who happen to be home that day and kids who are in front of the teacher that day. All of the kids are in person, but they're actually on campus in their classroom for the full day, 2 days a week for the time being.